Peace and light, peace to the darkest minds of the light. Shalom, shalom, assalamu alaikum, Islam, Hotep, namaste, and all the other greetings of love and peace to everyone out there who is tuning in. Yes, yes, yes. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. I am actually going to upload this and make it public. Right now it's private because I just want to focus on what I'm saying. And I really don't want it to go too long. I love doing the lives. I love interacting with the family and all my audience. And I appreciate you, but I just wanted to do this as a private stream and then make it public later. Now, as you see the title, it says, let's talk about sexual responsibility. And I do love a series, so this is part one, and we're going to talk about first and foremost, of course, promiscuity. When you think about sexual responsibility, the first thing you probably think about is protecting yourself, right? Responsibility, keeping yourself and others safe, making sound choices that will not impact your lives in a negative way. But no one ever really thinks about promiscuity as something that is dangerous. Well, I take that back. Some of us do. But right off the bat, in this society and this climate and this day and age, people don't see promiscuity as one of the main reasons for all the pain and the suffering and for all the damage that's being done to relationships in general, like divorce rates, marriages, women and men being at each other's throats. Now, when you hear the word promiscuity, it sounds, I mean, it's really a loaded word, and it sounds like, it's really nasty, because it is. It is a nasty thing, not so much only because of the physical, sexual STD risk, but it's nasty because it causes a lot of emotional dysfunction and imbalance in people. Now, when you also hear the word promiscuity, especially for the women, I'm addressing the ladies, and peace to my sisters, but this is just in general, and this is to no one specifically right now, not right now at this point. I may switch up and get specific, but to the ladies, you don't think that having a relationship for like 2 years, 3 years, and moving on to the next relationship and having sex with that man, the next man for 2 years, 3 years, you don't see that as promiscuous, but it is actually promiscuity, because what you're doing is you're moving from man to man. And I was being kind, because in reality, most women will have relationships for like 2 months, 3 months, have sex with them the first week, move on. And however long it lasts, that's just how long you're in the relationship. And what we do is, we don't want to see, I'm saying I don't do this, but I'm including myself to be more, to be not so offensive. You get what I'm saying? But I don't do this. But we as women, what we do is convince ourselves that, oh, I'm not being promiscuous because I was in a real relationship with him and it didn't work out. And so what can I do? Am I supposed to never be with anyone just because it didn't work out with him? Well, to be honest, if you really want to know, if you want to be a high quality and what's being said, high value woman, yeah, once you lay down with a man and you have sex with him, you pretty much got to tell yourself, no, I can't move on. And hold on, of course, you can get divorced if you are married. But if you just lay down with a man and you just think, Well, I'm having sex with him. We're playing house. He loves me. We're getting along, and I can always break up with him if it doesn't work out. If you come in with that mindset, you're not high value. And I'm using the word high value because I mean the phrase high value because that's the phrase, the hot phrase right now. You're not a high value woman. And it might sound unfair, but it is. It's just the way things are. You should be able to understand. I cannot have sex with this man without coming into the relationship with the mindset that this is it. I cannot move on from this sexual relationship. Notice I said sexual because if the love is gone and you found out that he was the wrong guy, but you slept with him already, you need to know it's not that easy. You cannot just walk away from sex just because you found out after that you two are not truly compatible. Now, I say you have that mindset. I know things happen in marriage, and I know people can be divorced, okay? But that's after every single solitary avenue has been traveled and every attempt has been made to work things out for an ample amount of time, okay? And it has to be in a marriage. And then, yeah, I get it. He was wrong. The situation was dangerous. Because really, to be honest, the only time you should leave a marriage is if there's danger, meaning physical and mental danger. If he's mentally abusive. And not just because you say he's mentally abusive. You've actually sought out mediation and gone to counseling and have record of someone else looking in saying, oh, yeah, she was abused. He was abusive. Not just your story against his story. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how we have to be as women. Because, I mean, I hope, I'm not just, I'm trying to keep this tight. I'm kind of just off, I'm going off the cuff, but I think you get what I'm saying, ladies. You cannot enter into a sexual relationship and then think in the back of your mind, well, I can always leave if this doesn't work out. You're promiscuous. You're not high value. Okay? If you come into a relationship and you have, you on the outside, you seem like you want a long-term, solid, stable, uh, eternal union. On the outside, it seems like that. But on the inside, you really are just casual. It's just casual sex. So what I'm saying is you cannot get into relationships anymore with men if you don't see it as, I can't move on from the sexual relationship. It will help you as a woman to do this because what you'll do is be way more selective. You won't share your beautiful bodies, your feminine private parts. You won't share that with just anyone. You won't open yourself up to pain, to potential suffering, and devalue. You won't devalue yourself. You'll say, you'll take your time. You will definitely make sure that this is a man who will respect you, love you, and give you everything that you want, that you require as a woman, that you require. Not that what's said is required, what you value and require. Now, otherwise, you're promiscuous. You're promiscuous. And the thing about women like to sit on what I call a bema, like a judgment seat, and say and compare, because women compare themselves to other women because women are because of our hypergamy and because we always want the best man. We know that the best man, the powerful man, like the king, we're going to have a lot of competition. The more desired and the higher value a man is, the more competition you have trying to get him. The lower men who aren't valued by women, they're easy. Nobody's really, there's tumbleweeds down where he is. There's like tumbleweeds and crickets, nothing's going on in his level, at the lower value man's level. But with the higher value man, there's a lot of competition. So women compete with each other and they compare themselves to each other for the most part. Sometimes that is unhealthy. Quite often it's unhealthy because women are also emotional, sensual beings. So that doesn't mean women are not intelligent, but they are innately, science backs this up, innately sensual beings, meaning we go by the senses and even the sixth sense when we're in tune with our sacred selves. So I digress in a little bit. So because there's competition, women need to use their chastity, in a sense. When I say chastity, of course, chastity really pertains to virgins, but meaning celibacy. Their celibacy, their abstinence, their chastity, their abstinence, they need to use that to their advantage, and not as a ploy, not as a power ploy, like, oh, she thinks she's got the the P control, the kitty control. No, everything's on the table. If a man approaches a woman and he's like, I want you, and she's like, I want you too, and he's like, well, let's do this, and she's like, well, okay, let's do this. And then the next thing that comes out of his mouth is not, will you marry me? Here's a ring. And instead, would you like to come spend a weekend with me and we just kick it? Or even worse, would you like to Netflix and chill? No. She has to be like, no, no, my dear. At first, she can be very pleasant, very sweet about it. But if he's persistent, she's going to have to turn up the heat and be like, you don't understand. I'm too good for that. And I'm probably too good for you. If you don't value what you see I am, which is an abstinent, celibate, chaste woman who is not promiscuous, who does not have sex from guy to guy, if you can't value that, then obviously you're not the man I thought you were. You're not up on my level or even above my level. Because remember, women, we want our level or above. Preferably we like above our level because we're hypergamous and we always want the best. Okay. So if you are a woman, and that this goes for all my sisters, don't have sex. Even if you've been doing it, don't have sex with men just because you like him or because you think he loves you or you love him. That's not enough. That is not enough in this day and age. You have to level up, and this isn't feminism. This is actually this is coming from a woman who wants to be. This is coming from a woman who understands that submission is the key to happiness. But what do you submit to, sisters? Do you submit to a low value man? Do you submit to a man who does not value you? Because that's what 99% of us out there are doing. If you're sleeping with a man who is not marrying you, then you're selling yourself short and you're not getting what you deserve. If you keep yourself chaste, if you keep yourself abstinent until you have made a full, you and he both have gone into a contract, a covenant of marriage. If you do that, you'll be much happier. Now, with that said, you avoid the promiscuity. But before you marry, you don't want to just say, well, I'm burning for this guy. Wow, I really want him. Oh, I'm so hot. I need him. You don't just marry him because you want him. You have to have discipline and self-control. And you have to say, okay, look, you have to practice a lot of mental, spiritual, and physical exercises to keep you from making a stupid choice and marrying someone that is not for you. You have to keep very wise counsel in your life. You have to have a male counsel that is an elder that you look up to, maybe hopefully a father, an uncle, an older brother, a teacher that you trust, some older male figure who can be level-headed, who's wise, not some hot-headed crazy man. You need an older male in your life that you respect. Ideally, your father, but a lot of our sisters are, don't have good relationships with their fathers, or don't have fathers because their fathers have transitioned, or they didn't know their dad, whatever. So you need that kind of counsel in your life. You need to bring the person around the father. You need to bring that male that you're interested in around the male, and maybe and other males, brothers. Again, not brothers that are just like, how our men can be, our brothers can be like, what you doing with my sister? Not that kind of stuff. Just brothers who can sit down, like, hey, how are you? What do you like to do? Yeah, let's go talk man talk. And then you have to be able to trust the assessment that male will give you about the man that you're interested in. Now, also, you need female guidance. No, no, no. Be careful with this one. Also, just like you're careful with the male guidance, but especially the female guidance, be careful. Because sometimes you might be trying to get advice from women who just are doing really badly in life. They can't get along with men their own selves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to ask your Aunt Viv, who has killed one of her husbands in the past, has 4 baby daddies. You know what I mean? You don't want to ask her for male advice, right? You want to ask someone who's like in a marriage, of course, for a while, who's not in a marriage for a while though, because there are a lot of women out there who are the bane of their husband's existence. I will repeat. There are a lot of women out there who are the bane of their husband's existence, even though they've been married for decades and decades to men. So you don't just want to say, well, she's married and her husband's miserable. You got to look at whoever you're getting advice from in your family. That person has to have a happy husband. The husband is always loving her. She loves him back. The husband, you never hear her say anything really bad about him. You see her sticking up for him. You want to get advice from that type of elder woman. Maybe it's your mom. Hopefully, maybe it's your older sister. She's much older and married. Maybe it's your aunt, cousin. And then you also want to have a peer who can give you very sound advice about the person you're interested in, a sound assessment. And what do I say? In opposition to popular belief that, well, there's some things out there saying, well, don't take advice from a woman who's not married. No, that's not true. You can take advice from your aunt who's not married if she is a very wise, balanced woman who doesn't hate men, who doesn't put men down, who tells you, if you want to be with a man, you got to be a lady. You can't just be his equal and, traditional mindset. But you also want to talk to someone who doesn't hate men, but also tells you to love yourself, that can give you good guidance. I can think of someone right now off the top of my head, who's like that. And I love her very much, Queen Afua. She is such a perfect example of balance. She tells women, you're sacred, you are powerful, but she loves men, meaning she loves her sons, she loves her brothers, she loves her, even her husbands that she had before in her lives. She loves them and respects them. So those are the type of women that you want to go to, women who don't hate men, but also tell you that you are valuable. So you don't want to just go to someone who's not balanced, who tells you, yeah, you're a doormat. Like on Colored Purple, remember when what was it? Was it Harpo? Harpo went to, can't remember her name, Celie, I think her name was, went to her and asked her what he should do about his wife, and she's like, beat her. No, you don't want that. I'm not Whitney. Well, Whoopi Goldberg was like, beat her. No, you don't want advice from that type of person. No, no, no. No, no, no. You want advice from someone who's balanced. And she doesn't have to be married. She just has to know that you are valuable. She gives you good advice about honoring your sacred womb, your sacred self, honoring your soul. And that means you can't be promiscuous. Don't just lay down with someone who is just because you think you love him, or, oh, it's so happy right now. You have to be patient. You have to be disciplined. Otherwise, you're going to be promiscuous. It's responsibility. Sex is so sacred. You shouldn't have a long list of men that you've slept with. And don't worry, sisters. And when I say don't worry, keep it in your mind and ponder on it often. Keep it in the forefront of your mind, but don't beat yourself up and just throw yourself out and say, I'm done. It's too late for me. I've got 20 bodies. I've got 50 bodies. I've got 100 bodies. You can start today and say, no more. I'm going to cleanse myself. I'm going to love myself. It's going to take a while. You're going to probably need to go to someone who is equipped to give you that type of cleansing, like help you cleanse your womb. Again, talking about Queen of Fua with the, the Sacred Woman. The Sacred Woman. You have to get that book if you don't have it. But not just our beautiful queen. Like she teaches us, we're all sacred women. You can find a way to cleanse yourself, purify yourself, and then you have to protect it, just like a wound. And I am not saying, let me be very clear, that the woman's body is a wound. I hate when people compare our body and our body parts to wounds or cuts. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your soul and what you've opened up in your heart. It's like treating that as a wound. All the times you've shared yourself, so many times you've shared yourself, and you've gone into a love relationship, and you've gone into quickly and believed and trusted, and he lied because he wasn't strong enough, and he's weak and he's hurt. So then he treats you a certain way. Then you end up breaking up. Then you move on to the next love relationship and you open yourself up. So that's the wound I'm talking about. So what do you have to do with the wound? You can't keep exposing that wound to all types of different organisms or infections. And again, I'm talking about spiritually and figuratively. I'm not talking about the physical. But you are physically doing that to your body and to yourself. But I'm talking about, you don't keep exposing your wound. You clean it and you protect it. You cover it up with a bandage. You keep it isolated, and you lay down and you let yourself rest and heal. You don't go out and just interact. You heal. And then after you heal, you can be careful. You say, oh, I remember I burnt my hand on picking up that hot iron skillet. Why did I cast iron skillet? Why did I do that? And this time I'm going to protect myself. I'm not doing that anymore. You have to do the same thing with yourself and your love, your heart, your body. Remember in the process of love, the alchemical process of love video, when I said you have a protective shield, like a force field? That's the same idea. You don't want to be promiscuous. You don't want to go from situation to situation to situation, because what you're doing is you're harming yourself. So when we talk about the responsibility of sex, we're talking about protecting yourself and not being promiscuous. So this is just what I'm trying to say. You need to have counsel. You need to protect yourself. You need to go into a relationship thinking, this is it. I'm kicking the wheels off this wagon. I'm going to park my wagon right here. This is who I'm going to be with forever. And you know what I'm saying? You park your cart, your little wagon cart, so to speak. You've got your wares that you've been carrying down the path, and you see the perfect man, and you park your cart next to him, kick those wheels off, and he takes the wheels, throws them away. You don't need these anymore, honey. And you're there forever. But you don't want to be that one out in the Oh, where did he throw my wheels? Let me go find him in the desert. Bring them back. I gotta move my cart on. Oh, I can't find my wheels, so let me use these raggedy, busted wheels now that I found on the side of the road, and they're not the perfect wheels anymore. That's you. So you put on those raggedy wheels and you move your cart on to the next guy, and he sees the wheels and he's like, "Oh, these wheels are a little raggedy, but I still want her and she wants me." Then you take those wheels and say, "Oh, now I know I'm not going to be moving on anymore. So let me throw these busted wheels away." Next thing you know, park your cart at the next man, and you say, "Oh, it's not working out." But this time, what you're doing is the next one, you say, "Oh, I'm not going to throw these wheels away. I'm going to keep these wheels because I know I might have to move on." You're playing yourself short. Like, you cannot come into a relationship saying, "I might move on if it doesn't work out." You don't have that luxury. Women, we don't have that luxury. Now, this is my counsel, and it is sound counsel, and it works. If you haven't been doing this, you can try to do it. It will work. Get into a group. Talk to sisters. Talk to women like me. Reach out to me. You can help each other by saying, "No, I'm not going to have sex unless he wants to marry me and he is the one for me and I'm the one for him. And he treats me like the sacred woman, the goddess, the queen, the Proverbs 31, whatever you want to call yourself. He treats me like the daughter of Yahweh, the daughter of the Almighty Power. He treats me like the princess, the empress, whatever you call yourself that you are, until you find him. And you're not looking, but until he comes across your path, do not park your cart. Don't. Just keep on going down the road. And if he loves you, he'll travel with you. He'll travel down that path with you. And he'll look at your wares that are in your wagon and be like, "Wow, I like how you handle your wagon. You do not let everybody reach into that wagon and just get whatever they want. I like how you preserve yourself. And I like how you take some things out of the wagon and share with others. Share in a loving way, appropriately." So again, that's also, I want to point this out. Promiscuity is having sex with multiple men. It's not sitting and having brothers as friends. And I don't mean playing those tease games. I'm not talking about, "I know he likes me and he's asking me to marry him, but I'm just sitting here keeping him behind the glass." Like, what was that comedian said? That you're the guy that's like, break glass. I think that was Chris Rock. He said, there's women keep the brothers in the friend zone, like break glass if you're in between relationships for that friend sex. No, I don't mean that. I mean really being a loving sister, being a sister to brothers. And it's tough sometimes because a lot of times you'll be loving sister to brothers and they get the wrong idea, and then they start putting they've got their issues and they start stressing you out. And that's a different stream, you know, because right now, I mean, I know I didn't put in the title, but I like to address my sisters. Because what we do right now, a lot of us, not me, but again, I'm including myself out of love to say, "I'm not above you. I'm not on a bema. I want you to get to this point where I am, and you can do it." What we do as sisters is, right now, we're letting men just have sex with us. And we're saying it's not a big deal. "Well, I'm not a whore. You can't call me a hoe just because I had sex with him and now I'm on him. I had sex with Leo. Now I'm here with Clive. And then, last week before Leo, I was with Tyrone. But before Tyrone, I was with Rafiq. And then, but no, stop. Your list, sis, your list is like out of control. You're like the bone collector. Stop it. Okay. And again, if you've already got a lot of bodies, yeah, it sucks. Get with a sister. I'm a practitioner. Some people call it exorcism. Some people call it cleansing. I work on that. I am a doula. Yes, I help women, not just for birth, not just a birthing doula, pre-birth. You understand? Not just postpartum, not during pregnancy, but pre. And part of my services is I help women cleanse themselves, to cleanse their womb, to cleanse their minds. to work out anything they've done, whether it's multiple partners, abortions, uh, domestic violence abuse victims, um, or all of the above. So you have a way out of the physical abuse that you've done to yourself. Just because you were a drug addict doesn't mean that you have to continue being sick. Now, are there things that you've scarred yourself? Like maybe I'm talking about physically, a drug addict might have heart palpitation or high blood pressure, but you can get well. You can get those things under control. So what I'm saying is you can physically cleanse yourself and re-stabilize yourself so you can be well in the soul and spirit. It's holistic. It's all about holistic healing. So what I'm saying is, hope isn't lost if you're willing to be your better self, to be that. That's I go by the scriptures. It says, "Ye are gods." That's true, gods. Now, some people don't like the word goddess. You're a goddess, though, meaning you're a female, feminine god. Okay, you are a god. You are a literal god in every sense of the word. Besides the fact that you are not the Almighty God, you're not the Almighty power. There's only one, and we open up ourselves to receive the power to come down with us. Again, I have series that you can check. Um, uh, the first series on the alchemy, the alchemical process of love. I talk about channeling that power from the Almighty, setting up your altar to the Almighty in the mind. First, you have to set up your mind altar, your mind. Yes, there are physical altars that you should set up to the Most High, but to remind yourself of your own physical beauty, by the way. But altars should always only be to the Most High. They should not be an altar to yourself. They should not be an altar to any powers that are in the earth or in another realm, spirits in this realm. They should only be to the Most High, but they can reflect whatever you find beautiful in this world in yourself. They can reflect you can look at, put a picture of a transitioned ancestor or family member. You can put a picture of a picture of yourself when you thought, this is when I was most beautiful. But the altar has to be in honor to the Most High always, and it has to be you have to also represent that as your strongest point of the altar. I kind of went off from the topic, but I'm letting you know there are physical things you can do, even though you may have abused yourself out of just suffering, being being a survivor of any type of mental or sexual abuse that you experience early on in this realm, in this particular existence from childhood. Not even to mention the DNA trauma, the epigenetic trauma that's encoded in our DNA. Just talking about your existence in this realm, from childhood, you may be a survivor of some type of sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse from, from early on. You can heal from that. And that's what leads a sister onto the path of promiscuity. Seeking love, holding on from man to man, person to person. Then you find out I'm not getting the love from men. What do? Go to women. Then you're having this moment where you've been a lesbian. Then you go back to men. So what I'm saying is we have to stop. We have to turn the faucet off. That goodness can't flow. Talking about that WAP, and I'm not trying to be vulgar because I'm going by what's being said around in popular social media. Turn the faucet off. Close down the shop. Cover your cart up. Travel down that path and heal. Okay? We're going to do that. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. A lot of sisters that may hear this say, who does she think she is? It's what about the man? No. We're not going to do that. We're going to focus on our sacred selves. We are the powerful sisters. This is a feminine realm. We are the women. Just because this is a feminine realm, though, See, I'm saying we have power. This is our realm. Doesn't mean that we should not be in order and in line and submit to male power. That's what we desire. That's the fun part. I mean, people, you all know about the Bible because it's so controversial. And I believe in the Bible. I believe in it. I believe in a lot that is said because I know the esoteric meaning apart from the exoteric. But also look at if you look at the Orishas, Oshun, she's a power. She's a goddess. This is African spirituality, right? So she submits to the sky god, and he is a he, but she still is powerful. You get what I'm saying? So just because I do believe, and it works, sisters, it works. We are the powers that submit to a power. All of us submit to the almighty power. However, in this realm, there is a male that is your counterpart. What are they calling it now? I think they call it not soul mate. They call it it's something that's being called like your soulmate, basically. There is a person that's here in this realm. To be honest, there are a few that fit really well, in levels. Like there's not just one person that you fit with only. There are a few different soulmates because you've had several existences, and there are people who, well, I fit really well with this person, but then I also fit really well with this person. So that's a whole different topic. That's a little bit too deep. I'm not saying that you should move from, because that might sound contradictory to what the stream is about. What I'm saying is, like, let's say someone dies and then you're a widow and then you meet another person who is good for you. I mean, in that context. Okay, to speak extremely, because I don't want to, people like to take your words out of context when you're trying to help, and try to make it like you yourself are a computer or a robot when you're not, you're just a human. So I'm a human being, and what I'm imparting is there's a soulmate out there for you. Okay. And if that person transitions, it doesn't mean that there's no one out for you. So, but you don't want to do it where you're being promiscuous, going from man to man to man, trying to find that soulmate, or waiting for that soulmate to come into your path. Because I don't like to say find, because women, we're not trying to find anybody. Okay, we are traveling down our path and keeping our eyes open and making ourselves available. Now, for the sisters who are calling brothers up and like, I like you, will you be with me? Tighten it up. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. No, no, no. Put yourself in his path. Go back to the traditional ways. They work. Don't pursue men. It's not in order, because you're the garden. The garden can't pick up and walk up to the family's house and say, would you like some fruit or flowers? Oh, would you like some plants? Come on, no. People go to the garden. So the man goes to the garden. You're the garden. Okay. You don't, you're not the person, the vendor who digs the fruit up and takes it to the door. You're not the middleman or the middle woman. You are the garden. Okay. So you don't go sell your wares. You just keep yourself available, work on yourself, love yourself, cleanse yourself, and don't have sex with a man that you're not married to. And don't have sex with don't marry a man who doesn't love you and value you the way you should be valued. Don't have sex with a man who's not married to you. And don't marry a man who just wants you on a low level. You are a beautiful, sacred woman. You are a power. You are everything that a man and that everybody needs, not just men, humankind. That's why you are the womb. Yes, you're the womb of the world, but what are you doing to the womb? You're polluting it, you're devaluing it. Just like, like I said, we can look at a microcosmic level, like what I'm talking about, you as a woman, yourself, sharing and abusing your womb, abusing your body, abusing your spirit, abusing your soul. Same thing's happening with the earth. Mother Earth is being raped. She's being devalued. She's being exploited. And it's showing. She's very, very unhappy. And she's angry. She's angry. She's sad. She's angry. She's not giving what she wants to give. That's you. And we're gonna fix it. Okay? Okay, much love and respect to the family, to my sisters. I hope you receive this well. To the sisters who don't agree with this, I love you. I just want you to take the time, hear me out. And if you don't agree, I'd love to have a discussion. Love it. As long as we can be respectful, I would love to have a discussion. If you want to have a debate, we could keep it friendly. We could do that, but I'd rather discuss it with you. Just have a discourse. And to the ones who don't agree, to those who see what I'm saying and want to learn more and want to heal, you can reach out to me. My email address is in the description box. I will put it there. It's also on the main part of my channel, on my main page. And yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you need. And if I can help you, I will. I will offer my services. Many of my services I will offer pro bono. And if you want to really sign up and be one of my clients, I can work with you in any way. You know, I can let you know what I do as far as my services and what I offer and what I ask for back. And we can, you know, speak on that because I really am here. I want to start helping sisters heal and stop being irresponsible with your sexual selves. Do not abstain from, do not be promiscuous. Please abstain from sexual activity until you find out that the person, uh, the man of that you're matched to, your soulmate, till you find out that he's right there before you and he cherishes you and you both reciprocate the love and respect and you grow. Then you can have all the sex you want, all the amazing sacred sex and sex magic, whatever you want to call it. You can just move mountains. That's a different topic too. All right. So peace and black power. Shout out to the HOK. Shout out to Sonetter for making things possible for the family and letting me join in to the panel quite often and letting me get out there and be seen and heard by the family. It means a lot to me. And thank you to the family of the HOK and those who follow and listen and want to be your best selves. Much love and respect to you. Much love and respect to everyone and to all creation. All creation. We're earthlings, and this is an amazing realm that we're in. So let's get it balanced and get it in order, and let's rule like the gods who we are, who we were created to be. All praises go to the Almighty Power, who I call Yahweh, and all praise goes to Yahweh for creating us, and Yahweh only gets all the praise and all the glory. Much respect, love, and blessing, and belief in the Messiah, who I call Yahushai. Yes, I believe in the Messiah of the New Testament. It's an exciting thing to believe in. The understanding of the death and resurrection of a man, a black man who lived in this realm and showed us the perfect way to be. So, and he loved women, still does love women very much. First and foremost, almost. Well, after the Messiah, I believe he loved women and his brothers. So anyway, that can be debated as well. But that's pretty much all. All praises to the Most High. Shalom. Hotep, Islam, Assalamu alaikum, and peace and black love.